This woman was walking down the street when a mysterious man riding a motorcycle rips her skirt off, but a kind man spots the scene and helps her. Hidden in a garbage box, another woman saw it all. The man tries to help her, but she says it's not to touch her and slaps him in the face. He says he was just trying to help her and she admits she overreacted. She says she reacted that way because she was nervous about what had just happened. The man replies that everything is fine, after all, she is in an embarrassing situation, even more so on the street. As the two talks, the hidden woman is sneaky and slowly reaches into the man's purse and steals a briefcase with a lot of money. Not realizing that he had just been robbed, the man hands the woman his jacket and she thanks him for being so kind. The two say goodbye and the man, still with a sore face, leaves. The woman then reveals that she was not a victim. She warns that the hidden girl could come out and the woman reveals that the two are sisters. Minutes later, the man arrives where his car was parked and gets into the vehicle. He sighs and says that woman was crazy. After all, she hit him for no reason, even though he helped her. But he says nothing will ruin his day. The man points to the bag and says that what is stored there will be responsible for changing his life. When he opens the bag, he is in disbelief, not knowing what to think. The briefcase with the money is gone and he doesn't know what happened. He is confused and nervous, but remembers that woman was the only person he met that morning. Very angry, the man then gets out of the car and goes to look for the woman in a park near the parking lot. He is fearless in finding the thief and runs towards where he thinks she might be. Somewhere the woman is at a sink. The younger sister plays and scares her. The youngest asks if what they did was right, and without any empathy, she tells her sister not to worry, because the man must be rich. The sister reveals that the stolen money will be to pay for their mother's surgery, and, not showing much confidence, the eldest agrees, but already changes the subject and asks her sister to check if they were followed by someone. Astute, the sister assures that she was not followed by anyone, but the eldest is arrogant and ordered her sister to go outside to check it out. The girl then accepts and goes outside. Dishonest in every possible way, the older sister takes the bag from under the sink and opens it. She takes the man's briefcase and checks the huge amount of money. She looks nervous, maybe afraid her sister will come back and find out her real plans. She then, with her sister still far away, takes the folder and puts it in her bag. Maliciously, she takes out a new but empty folder. To trick her sister, she fills this new folder with toilet paper. That way, the young woman will not realize that the money was stolen. The older sister, without any sign of guilt, puts the fake folder in her sister's purse, even though she knows that the money would be used for her own mother's surgery. Before leaving, she seems to write some message on plain paper. She intends to leave a message for her sister, so she decides to paste the paper into the younger girl's purse. Suddenly the younger one comes back and frightens the woman, and the innocent girl celebrates that her mother will finally be able to have the surgery. In yet another show of cynicism, she agrees with her sister and puts the bag on the young woman's back. The money, however, is in the bag under the sink. The sister asks why she decided not to go with her to visit her mother, and the older one justifies that she has issues to resolve, but that later she will visit her mother and that the younger one can go ahead. But the man still hasn't given up looking for her and runs all over the neighborhood to find her. Unknowingly, the younger sister was walking around with the message in her backpack. The man then spots her and starts running after her. He corners her and accuses her of being the thief who took the money and asks where his briefcase is and demands that she return it. The man does not believe it and says that this is an excuse used by many thieves, and without thinking twice, he takes the young girl's bag. He then shows her the message that the older sister had written, and she is perplexed by her sister's evil. But when the man takes the briefcase and checks to see if the money is there, he realizes that there is nothing but toilet paper. He is outraged and asks where the money is, but the girl is equally confused. He yells at her. The man says that he is tired of excuses and that now she will have to help him recover the money. Somewhere far away, the thief is on the back of her boyfriend's motorcycle. Without dignity, she points to a beautiful car and says that with the stolen money it will be enough to buy a vehicle like that. But to her surprise, her sister appears and takes her off the bike by her arms. Cynical, she pretends not to understand what her sister is looking for and asks how her sister managed to find her. And then, angry with the young sister, she asks her why she is with the man and calls her a traitor. The young sister loses her temper and says that she is the traitor. Cowardly, she looks at the man and starts to apologize. Cynical, says it was her sister who had the idea of stealing it, but he doesn't believe it and, already out of patience, takes her purse in order to recover the money. The eldest says that all the money is in the briefcase and that if something is missing, it is because the younger sister stole it. Indignant at her sister's lack of shame, she apologizes to the man and says that what they did was wrong, but she says that the money, in fact, would be to pay for her mother's surgery, who is very sick. She pleads with the man and repeats that her mother is in a very difficult situation. The man is moved by the story and asks if it is really true that their mother is sick. The two sisters confirm, ashamed of what they did. The man reveals that today was supposed to be the happiest day of his life, as that money would go to a good cause. He then says that their mother is sick, the money will be theirs, but he will lend and not give, so they will have to pay him in the future. And he points to the eldest, saying that she should respect that commitment even more. He is a businessman and says that from today the two will work for him and asks if they accept the proposal. They both accept, and the kind man hands over the money and says it's for their mother. The younger one thanks the man for his kindness and the cynical older sister does the same.